Hey folks, welcome to Motoramblings. I am Patrick. I'm on Big Red, my 2016 Honda Goldwing. It is late February and I am in South Georgia. Definitely got a different look to it than home. Today, I wanted to talk a little bit about ADV bikes, camping, moto camping. This may not be the normal, fairly upbeat video that I normally do. Hang on. Alright folks, this video I'm probably not going to be as upbeat as I normally am, and I'll apologize for that. Alright, now, so if you've been watching the videos, you've seen that I took a trip down to my mom's, and on the way I stopped to camp in Magnolia State Park in just around Millen, Georgia. I love camping, or I did love camping. It has gotten to the point now where the last bunch of times that I've gone camping, I've not done well. I don't sleep well. This time I got cold, and that kept me awake. Good morning. But it also affected my right shoulder. Now, backstory on that is I've had something going on with my right shoulder for quite some time. I started physical therapy not all that long ago. Well, actually, 6 appointments ago. So about 6 weeks ago, I guess. I've been going once a week for physical, rented lips. Been going once a week for physical therapy. And it's been helping. It's been helping a lot. I was actually concerned that I might need surgery to repair whatever might be going on in there, but the physical therapy has made such a big difference that I'm pretty sure surgery isn't something I'm going to end up needing to do. Now, in the 6 weeks, is it perfect? No. There's still person had their directional on, sorry. There's still a little bit of pain here and there, but nothing like it used to be. And I can do a lot more than I could before. And it hasn't really bothered me in probably 3 or 4 of the last 6 weeks that I've been going there. The physical therapy has really made that much of a difference. Well, trying to sleep last night on that air mattress. Now again, it was cold, but in that sleeping bag, I was cold. But on that air mattress, my shoulder started hurting. And that was not good. I tried several different things to prop the shoulder up, to move the shoulder to a point where it wouldn't hurt. But I'd just be laying there and it was just a shooting pain. Now, I won't be going back to physical therapy for a couple of weeks, and I'm going to try to take it easy between now and then. But apparently sleeping on a mattress like that, air mattress, in a tent, is not good. Now, I could bring a giant air mattress with, plenty big enough that I'm not too wide for it. Although the mattress I have is at least shoulder width, if not a tiny bit more. So I'm not sure the big air mattress would make a whole lot of difference. But I could bring a big air mattress with the pump and use that, try that, see if that helps. I may even try that out in the backyard to see if that works. See if I can sleep like that without causing myself pain. I was extremely uncomfortable. When I'm at home, I prop my knees up. I got a couple of pillows I prop under my knees. I normally sleep on my back, and I prop those pillows up under my knees. That is something I couldn't do last night. I actually tried, but it just didn't work out. what it comes down to is I'm actually beginning to think that camping in a tent is going away from me. I don't think this is something that is going to be good for me physically, and it's certainly not going to be good for me if I'm not sleeping every time I try to sleep in a tent. Now, the last time I went away and I slept in a tent, we did the MABDR, Roger and I did, and I know that I struggled to sleep a little bit, but you know, I'm kind of used to not sleeping too much, or at least I was kind of used to not sleeping too much. Back then, I struggled to sleep a lot. Until I got the CPAP machine, I struggled hard. It was extremely difficult to sleep. And I guess I just kind of got used to it to a point. Well, now I use the CPAP, and although I'm having troubles with it at the moment, it's actually burning my nose. Tried a couple of different masks. I actually got so frustrated I didn't even bring it with me on the trip down to visit Mom, where I'm there for 2 weeks. So that could be a problem. But it comes back to the tent camping. I'm just not sure tent camping is something I'm going to be doing, especially off of a motorcycle. Even if I do tent camping in the car, I can bring the big air mattress and I can pump it up with using the car and all that, and it might be better. But if I'm going to do that, then I'm going to get a much bigger tent or a pop-up camper. If I'm going to do the pop-up camper, maybe I'll get a pop-up camper I can pull with the Goldwing and the car. If I do a pop-up camper, I'm up off the ground. Of course, it's a much bigger bed. And if I have the pop-up camper, I can bring more stuff with me. Extra pillows to put under my legs. I can do all the things I do at home to get the sleep that I need. But I'm not going to be bringing a pop-up camper on any ADV trip. Looks like something in the road. What do you think it is? A buzzard? 2 buzzards. Move, buzzard.
In half a mile,
ooh, there was
slide
3.
left onto Georgia 121 South, Georgia 169 South.
So, if I'm not going to tent camp, then the ADV trips are probably going to go away. I'm not going to be doing a bunch of these.
Slight left onto Georgia 121 South, Georgia 169 South.
I'm not going to be doing these MABDR type trips. So that brings me to, okay, well, a pop-up camper might be a good idea. Now, I had talked about in a previous video about...
Continue on Georgia 121 South for 7 miles.
I had talked in a previous video about maybe doing a cargo trailer and being able to bring more stuff. But if I'm only camping for one night, I'm not going to want to bring a big old tent and set it all up, tear it down, all the dirt and everything, the sand, everything. The tarp that I had underneath my tent on this trip was absolutely filthy. I've got to, now when I get to my mom's down there in Florida, I'm going to have to hang that up. I'm going to dry it out, put it all back together. Anyway, I think it would be a lot easier, say this trip. If I had had the pop-up camper, I don't know if they would have let me stay in a tent site or not, but either way, wherever I set it up, fold it out. If it's just one night, I just fold it out enough, blow up the air mattress, put that on there, have blankets, extra blankets if I need it, extra pillows if I need it. I can have all the stuff in that camper for all kinds of different weather sleeping overnight. Heck, if it's real cold, I could even bring a heater. I could bring an air conditioner. I'm getting old, and I think a pop-up camper to pull with this or the car, because if I had that, I might be able to get Lisa to go with me on a couple of camping trips. If I'm going to do that, to get a decent pop-up camper is going to be anywhere between, what, $2,000 and $5,000. I would probably expect to spend, I don't know, $3 grand, $3,500 to get a decent one. I could sell my Vstrom for probably about that same amount of money. So, I have been thinking. I've been on the road now for, what, 2 hours? Higher speeds, didn't really want to do a video. And I'm only doing a single camera vlog, sorry guys. But I'm tossing around the idea, I'm mulling it over as I ride down to Mom's, of possibly selling the Vstrom, putting a trailer hitch on this, and towing a pop-up camper, and no more ADV riding. And that is disheartening in more ways than you can know. I love getting out on the dirt roads. I love playing around out there on the dirt roads. It's out there, it's peaceful, it's quiet, there's nobody around. But I've been doing it for quite a while, and I'm not getting any better at it. I haven't done any sort of training. I don't do enough of it to figure that, okay, I should invest in the training. I don't see myself doing any of these big, long off-road trips. I think I've come to the conclusion that I'm done with that. I don't know which came first. The fact that, okay, maybe I should be done with that because I don't think that this whole tent camping thing is working out. I could do a toy hauler thing and do ADV rides in some cool places and do wagon wheel stuff. That was something I was considering for a long time, but I don't see myself spending the money on a toy hauler and doing that just so I can go out and do rides like that. I know that that is something that would probably frustrate my wife. If I'm going to do a toy hauler and do something like that, then I could do it with this, and she can go with me and do all the rides if she wanted to. So there's a lot going into it. I feel like I'm being selfish if I were to spend the money on a toy hauler just so I can go do ADV riding. I also feel like I'm scared when I go out and ride sometimes. You know, when I was doing the Smoky Mountain 1000, I was in my head big time, and I wasn't enjoying it. So, am I making excuses? Am I justifying the idea of getting rid of it so that I can get a pop-up camper, or to get a pop-up camper? Or am I justifying getting a pop-up camper and therefore eliminating the Vstrom? I don't know. I will take my time, I will think about it, but I kind of wanted to put it out there, let you all know what I'm thinking, because, well, it's YouTube and I talk about what's on my mind, because, well, I'm boring like that. So anyway, let me know what you think. I'm gonna be 59, which is not old. I don't feel like I'm an old man by any means. I feel like I'm still capable of doing a lot of things. But physically, the camping in a tent, it hurts. It literally hurts. So I will try a couple of things. I'll probably just, in my backyard, set up a big old air mattress out in the tent, see how that goes. CPAP machine in the tent, see how that goes. All of this, you know, I don't know. We'll look into it. I'm going around the camper. So, again, let me know what you think. I'm going to debate it. I'm going to talk about it. I'm going to think about it. See what happens. Nice river. Alright, folks. Thanks so much for bearing with me as I meander through some of my own personal thoughts. I hope everyone can stay well, stay safe.
In half a mile,
most of all,
left to stay on Georgia 121 South, Georgia 169 South.
Stay happy, y'all. Motor Ramblings out. See ya!